We're going to be going over the top 10 class setups that you should be using in 2023. Enjoy today's video. Before I go in depth with these class setups, I'm not going to be repeating the perks portion or the equipment because they're all pretty much the same and I have my personal preferences. So it's up to you if you want to go ahead and copy that extra stuff. But as far as attachments and tuning goes, we're definitely going to be going over those in depth for each and every single weapon. Let's go over the Honey Boo Boo, aka the Chimera. I like this class setup because it's the most balanced. It literally has all the attachments you need. 6 attachments, by the way. Technically speaking, it comes with integrated suppressor at the muzzle. And for the laser, I'm using the .G3P04 laser. This gives us hip recoil control, hip fire accuracy, and sprint of fire speed. Guys, I'm not going to be reading every single detailed for each attachment because I don't want to drag this video on. I understand you guys just want to go ahead and get on with your days and play and use these setups. For the Commando foregrip, this is going to be our underbarrel. Now for the tuning, we're going with negative 0.52 ounces towards that aim down sight speed and negative 0.13 inches towards that aim walking speed. All right, now for magazine, we're going with the 45 round magazine. For the rear grip, we're using the BRUEN flash grip. Tuning is going to be 0.71 ounces towards recoil steadiness and 0.03 inches towards that aiming idle stability. Last but not least, we have the Ravage 8 stock. And for the tuning, we have 2.71 ounces towards aim walking steadiness and aim walking speed will be at negative 1.86 inches. Now, as far as the rest of my class setups go, like I said, I'm not going to be repeating these, but I do use the combat knife pretty much in every single class setup. Tactical, I love using stim shot. Claymore, love using this for my lethal. And perk package, I'm using Scavenger, Bomb Squad, Fast Hands, and Quick Fix. Field upgrade is going to be Dead Silence and Munitions Box. Now, when it comes to the perk packages, I do have several packages that I do cycle through depending on, what my goal is. So if I'm going to be playing aggressive, I like this perk package right here. This one right here, this is the one I just introduced you guys to. And, if I'm really trying to play stealthy, I'm on my try-hard, mode, then I'm going to be using Tracker, Scavenger, Hardline, and Ghost. And then last but not least, this is my alternate perk setup, maybe my second favorite setup that I like to use. I go Scavenger, Bomb Squad, Fast Hands, and Bird's Eye. Bird's Eye is definitely a perk you guys should be looking into if you guys aren't used to it yet. It is definitely a very good advantage. Just try it out. Basically, you get an advanced UAV when you do earn it or when you or your teammates call in a UAV. It's pretty nice, handy stuff as well. All right, next up, we have the TAC V. I don't know how many players are sleeping on this gun, but a lot of people apparently are. We got the 30 round magazine here. And then for my muzzle, we got the 𝗧𝗘𝗔𝗠 𝗫𝗙. Tuning is going to be negative 0.36 ounces towards that aim down sight speed and negative 27 inches towards that aiming idle stability. For the barrel, we have the Precision 6 barrel. Tuning is going to be as follows: negative 0.44 towards that aim walking speed and negative 0.34 towards that aim down sight speed. Moving on to the laser, we got the FTAC GRIMLINE laser. And for the stock, we got the TV Cardinal stock. For the tuning on this one, we got 0.52 ounces towards aim walking steadiness and 1.39 inches towards aiming idle stability. So yeah, guys, like I was saying about this weapon is definitely underrated. It's got a pretty great TTK, reliable at long ranges, and also it is just a heavy hitting weapon, and I really love this setup. If you guys want more mobility on this class, then I would definitely suggest taking off the 30 round magazine. And this is what you get right here. Your mobility does improve, but you only have 20 rounds to work with. You can obviously, since you're not using a magazine, just replace that with a rear grip, maybe put on the demo clean shot here, just for more handling and mobility. But I do recommend you go with the 30 round magazine at the very minimum. And that handling is not really going to affect you too much. I mean, you should be pre-aiming around corners regardless. Next up, we have the Kastov 762. This gun needs no introduction, man. Look at those beautiful stats on the bottom left-hand corner. That's why I really love this. This is definitely what you want to be using right here. Very consistent TTK up to long ranges as well. First attachment, we got the FTAC Ripper for the underbarrel. Tuning is going to be negative 0.49 ounces towards that aim down sight speed and negative 0.27 inches towards that aim walking speed. Muzzle, we have the 𝗧𝗘𝗔𝗠 𝗫𝗙. And for tuning, we're going to be going with 0.57 ounces towards that aim down sight speed and negative 0.10 inches towards that aiming idle stability. All right, now for the rear grip, we got the TrueTac grip. Tuning is going to be the 0.42 ounces towards recoil steadiness and 0.23 inches towards aiming idle stability. And for the laser, once again, we got the FTAC GRIMLINE laser. There's just so many pros to this that I just absolutely love at pretty much the cost of nothing. And for the stock, we got Kastov Orama, and this is going to be a great stock for this build. Tuning is going to be aim walking steadiness at 3.23 ounces and 1.86 towards aiming idle stability. So that's the finished product that you do get on the bottom left hand corner. We get a lot of recoil and accuracy here, and this is great because what's the point of having a good TTK if you can't even handle getting great shots off? So for this M4 build, this is going to be an aggressive build. All right, this is meant for mostly close range engagements, but it does have that flexibility to engage at medium to long range. After all, it's an assault rifle at the end of the day, but just slightly suited more for close range. Posted a video for this one, and I saw the comments about, it was kind of mixed match. Some people didn't like the recoil, some people actually liked the class setup, but you got to remember, this is strictly going to be better at closer ranges, hence why we are using this stock, which is the Demo D50 buffer tube. And this is going to give us so many pros that we need for close quarter combat. Now that one you actually cannot tune, so that is just a heads up right there. Now again, for the laser, we're using the FTAC GRIMLINE laser. And for the muzzle, we got the FTAC 𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗕𝗢𝗠, one of my absolute favorite muzzles. For the tuning, I went with 0.72 towards that aim down sight speed and 0.3 towards that aiming idle stability. All right, and for the underbarrel, we got the Merc foregrip. Tuning, we got 0.36 ounces towards that hip walking speed and 0.22 towards that aim down sight speed. All right, last but not least, we got the 45 round magazine. You know what? This is optional since it is meant to be used at closer ranges, but like I said, we want that added flexibility of being able to use this at longer ranges. Let's say you're in a situation where you destroy someone at close range. What's your first instinct? If you have only 30 rounds, you got to reload. But if there is somebody else approaching you, obviously you want to have more ammo. You don't want to be wasting your time reloading. So in this case, I think the 45 rounds definitely is justifiable. But you can also take off the 45 round magazine, and you could replace that with a rear grip. You could go with maybe the SAKIN ZX grip here. Or if you want more speed, then put on the X10. It's really up to you. But yeah, if you're having trouble with the recoil, remove the 45 round, then put on the SAKIN ZX grip. All right, next up, we have the TAC 56. Definitely a fun weapon to use. Very fast TTK at close to medium ranges. Let's start off with the magazine here. Pretty basic. We got the 40 round magazine. I feel like this is one of those guns that definitely needs as many rounds as possible while keeping the weapon as optimal as possible. For the rear grip, we got the Demo Clean Shot rear grip. For tuning, we got 0.74 ounces towards recoil steadiness and 0.06 inches towards that aiming idle stability. For stock, we got the TV Cardinal stock. And tuning wise, we got 0.39 ounces towards aim walking steadiness and 1.7 inches towards that aiming idle stability. And once again, for the laser, we got the FTAC GRIMLINE laser. And for my muzzle, we got the FTAC 𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗕𝗢𝗠 once again. And for tuning, we got 0.65 ounces towards aim down sight speed and 0.24 towards aiming idle stability. So we do get a nice little mixture here of being able to balance out our recoil and accuracy while not really butchering too much of our aim down sight speed. That's the beauty of the tuning this year. Moving on to the VAZNEV 9K, one of the best SMGs in the game. Man, there's a reason why pros love this gun. But anyways, we got the VX Pineapple for the underbarrel. For tuning, we went with 0.34 ounces towards hip walking speed and 0.27 towards aim down sight speed. Muzzle, we went with the FTAC 𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗕𝗢𝗠 once again. And for tuning, we went with 0.67 ounces towards aim down sight speed and 0.20 towards aiming idle stability. Barrel, we're going to be going with the 𝗂𝗏 381mm barrel. For tuning, we went with 0.18 pounds and we got 0.32 inches towards that aim down sight speed. Again, for the laser, we got the FTAC GRIMLINE laser. And for our stock, we got the 𝗧𝗪𝗓 stock. Tuning wise, we went with 3.23 towards aim down sight speed and 1.78 towards that aiming idle stability. So I just want you guys to focus on these stats right here. This is just absolutely incredible. This is great recoil and accuracy. So this is going to be reliable at medium to long ranges, even though it's not advisable to use an SMG at that range. But let's just face it, most of the maps that we have, a lot of our engagements are at medium range anyways. You want to be able to compete at those ranges at the end of the day. All right, we got the Fennec 45 up next. Hands down, stat-wise, the fastest killing SMG in the game. Fennec 45 mag is what we're going to be using for the magazine. It's got a really fast fire rate, guys. You're going to be running out of ammo regardless, so why not put on the Fennec mag 45. For the underbarrel, we got the phase 3 grip. Tuning wise, we got aim down sight speed at 0.62 ounces and 0.34 towards that aim walking speed. So the main focus with the Fennec 45 is you do want to control that recoil and accuracy as much as you possibly can, which is why we're favoring more of that in this build, because it's got a fast fire rate, guys. It doesn't mean anything if it's got a fast TTK if you can't even hit your shots. All right, muzzle, we got the FTAC Castle Comp. And for tuning, we went with 0.36 ounces towards aim down sight speed and negative 0.10 towards aiming idle stability. For the laser, we went with the VLK laser 7 milliwatt. And for the stock, we got the Agile Assault T7 stock. For tuning, we went with 3.48 ounces towards aim walking steadiness and 0.70 towards that aiming idle stability. All right, and here's the final stats right here. Accuracy, nice little buff right there. Some recoil control, while keeping a little bit of mobility and handling here. Definitely try this class setup out. All right, next up, we have a 𝗏𝗏𝗏 sub class setup. All right, next up, we have the 𝗏𝗏𝗏 sub class setup, aka the MP5. So if you know anything about stats for the MP5, it is best used in really close quarter engagements. You know, it's not really one of those weapons that you should be using at long range because the TTK, it drops off significantly. So that's why this was built for those close range engagements. So I just want to clarify that. So for the magazine, we went with the 50 round drum. You don't have to use this one. If you feel like it's too slow, then you can just bump that down to the 40 round. Not a big deal there. You know, maybe for the purposes of this, we can do that. So as you can see, it obviously is sufficient enough. This does bump up our handling and mobility when we do reduce it to the 40 round. Now for the barrel, we went with the FTAC M sub 12 inch. Let's go over it real quick. So as you see here for the pros, with SMGs, they lack bullet velocity and damage range. That's why we went with this attachment. And for the tuning, we went with 0.4 towards aim walking speed and 0.31 towards that aim down sight speed. All right, for the laser, we went with the VLK laser 7 milliwatt. And for the stock, we actually went with the LM stockless mod. Like I said, this is just best up close and personal. It's not great at ranges, guys. So if you're going to be using the MP5, it's just smarter to take advantage of it stat wise and use it up close and personal to take advantage of that fast TTK. That's why we're using the LM stockless mod. This helps us out close quarter combat, just be faster than the opponent. Aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, excuse me, and movement speed and hip recoil control. So this one is actually not tunable. Just want to put that out there. And for the rear grip, we went with the 𝗏𝗏𝗏 TCG10. This one gives us recoil control, but for tuning, we're going to favor 0.52 ounces towards aim down sight speed and 0.32 towards aiming idle stability. All right, next up, we have the Kastov 74U, the little brother of the 7.62. Muzzle, we went with FTAC Castle Comp. For tuning, I went with 0.52 towards aim down sight speed and 0.19 towards aiming idle stability. Underbarrel, we have the phase 3 grip here. Tuning, we went with 0.44 towards aim down sight speed and 0.31 towards aim walking speed. And for the rear grip, we got the TrueTac grip. Tuning wise, we went with 0.52 towards that recoil steadiness, and aiming idle stability will be at 0.35. Stock, we went with 𝗬𝗓𝗏 stock. Tuning, we got 1.03 ounces towards aim walking steadiness and 1.39 towards aiming idle stability. And for the laser, we went with the FTAC GRIMLINE laser. No surprise here. Like I said, too many pros here at pretty much the cost of nothing. There it is. Bottom left-hand corner, you do get this as a result. Nice accuracy, nice recoil control, and great mobility and handling. This just literally is an SMG. It just plays like one, it feels like one. So the only thing that we really need to worry about is accuracy and recoil when it comes to this gun. Pretty nice TTK as well, that is very consistent up to those mid ranges. All right, and last but not least, this may not be the fastest killing SMG in the game, but it is such a fun SMG to use. I love using the mini-back. If you guys played Cold War, this gun literally reminds me of the Bullfrog. It came with a lot of ammo, and it's just fun to use. Low recoil as well. A very good aggressive class setup that you don't need to worry about reloading at all, at least minimally in that aspect. So magazine, we got the mini-back grip mag, which is not tunable, by the way. For muzzle, we got the FTAC Castle Comp. Tuning wise, we went with 0.44 ounces towards aim down sight speed and 0.28 towards that aiming idle stability. Barrel, we got the back 9279 barrel. Tuning, we went with 0.37 towards recoil steadiness and 0.25 towards that aim down sight speed. Laser, we got the GRIMLINE laser once again. And for the stock, we went with the VLK stockless. Again, you are actually not able to mod this with tuning. Now, one thing I do want to clarify is that this barrel attachment right here, the back 9 is the most important attachment because this gives us bullet velocity. That's the main reason why. Like I said, this gun and SMGs in general do not have good bullet velocity, so you're not really gonna get that, you know, instant hit detection when you fire your weapon at moving targets. Any attachments with bullet velocity for SMGs is very important to getting that satisfaction of hitting your target as fast as possible. Try any of these class setups, maybe try all of them, put them in your arsenal, give them a shot. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. These are my favorite to use in 2023 thus far, and who knows, maybe these will change when season 2 does come out. Definitely gonna be updating, so make sure to stay subscribed, turn on notifications, like the video as well. It shows me I'm doing something right. And I think I will be doing some future top 5 setups for SMGs, for assault rifles, you know, different categories. You know, we're definitely gonna bring that variety to the channel, so make sure to stay tuned.